Hi guys, it's John Mansell, exboozehound. Hope you're okay. It's been another over 3 months since I last did a vlog, and I did check the last vlog recently and had a look, and it weren't going well then. It's still not brilliant now, and I think I described 2023 as a crock of shit. It hasn't got an awful lot better, but it is getting better. And the reason I haven't been vlogging regular is that I don't want to just put negativity out there. I'd never want people to feel sorry for me. That's not why I do this shit. I don't need to swear there, really, do. And I also wanted to say thank you, because I was very surprised that the last vlog got viewed 119 times. And I used to do a lot of promotion on social media with my vlogs, but I'm almost scared of social media these days. It's due to this sort of almost feeling of disconnection, and need to cocoon myself in a sort of blanket of safety. I don't know whether that makes any sense. So the last vlog got 119 views, so thank you for that, and I appreciate that people still have some interest in what I've got to say. And the other little bit of good news for me is that earlier on this year I hit 13,000 views on my vlogs, and a couple of weeks ago I hit 14,000 views on my blogs. So the reason I'm mentioning this stuff is because you all know my motto by now: enjoy the good and ride out the bad. Well, there's been a hell of a lot of bad in this year, and when you're low and beaten and broken and disconnected, it's very, very difficult to find the good. And when I started the exboozehound blog back in 2013-14, I said on the first page that if I was in doing what I was doing, I was going to help just one person, then that would be enough. And I've said many times before, I've never really liked John. That's obviously due to the mental health issues and whatever. But when I found exboozehound and the John that came from that, I was proud of what I did, how I managed to help people, and ultimately I'm striving to do that again. But again, I don't want to do negative, so I'm going to do some positive. So I've just done something that I have been worrying about for months. Not constantly, but I didn't have that confidence or ability to feel comfortable in what might be a difficult conversation. And that might sound a little bit, well, you're a grown man, John. What the hell are you talking about? But and there's no doubt that I've done some of this damage to myself this year, in the fact that I've allowed myself to be beaten by the demons, and I've allowed them in, and I've allowed them to take me over, and they're still very powerful. But over the last few weeks, I've managed to listen to those demons, hear what they're saying, and say bollocks to them anyway. They come back and they start at me again, and that's fine. That's just part of life. And when you're when you're really in a good place, you can fight them quite easily. Just keep whatever. When you're not in a very good place, they do become so much more powerful and makes life a lot more difficult. And so I wanted to, again, there's probably not an awful lot of information in this, but I just wanted to, I don't know, is it worth you having a look at the last vlog and have a look at this vlog and see where see whether you can see the improvements in. I think you can tell if you know me well, if you know me at all really, I suppose you will see that. I think last time, I might have been wearing the same, no I wasn't wearing the same t-shirt. I think last time I was very, very slow, and I was talking about the extra medication I was on, including diazepam and stuff like that. Where now, I think I'm a little bit more connected to my thoughts, and I'm a little bit more happy with what challenges I'm throwing at myself. So over the last couple of weeks, I'm not going to go into what they are, but including today, I've done stuff that I would see as a challenge, and I wouldn't have been able to do 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And that just comes from building that little bit of resilience and building that little bit of belief in that person. A strong person inside you is still there, and you can get them back. It ain't going to be easy, but just a little step, or a thing that you've been avoiding for a while. Or one of the things I've done today is my lounge, or I call it my lounge, but I live at my dad's house, so I've got 2 bedrooms upstairs that are, one's my lounge, one's my bedroom. Has been an absolute tip. And start of last week, I managed to tidy up the one corner, and this morning I managed to tidy up another my desk, so I can actually see my desk. And those aren't big things, but I can go back in a bit and look at it and think, okay, well we're moving forward. And anything that you can think, okay, there's some progress there, because realistically, 4 weeks ago, I couldn't give a shit about how messy that room was. It's very, very, I'm sorry about this, but it's very, very difficult to give a shit about things like hygiene and tidiness and stuff like that, where you don't actually really give a shit about your life. You're finding it very difficult to see a future for yourself. That might sound a bit dramatic, but again, if you are feeling that way, there is a future for you. There is, absolutely, without any shadow of a doubt, there's a future for you. Don't know what that future's going to be. Sometimes it'll be difficult, sometimes it'll be getting better, but you don't know what's around the corner. And until you start looking around that corner, you're not going to know. So this went a completely different way to where I thought it was going to go. Have a think about, no, I shouldn't say it, but just try it. Have a think about some of the things that have been bothering you. I'll tell you one thing that's been bothering me is I have not been a very good friend to somebody who I speak on the internet with. And I feel bad about that, because I'm being very selfish. And over the next couple of days, I'm going to do something about that. That's all you've got to say, is over the next couple of days, I'm going to do something about that and see how it goes. Now, you may not be able to do it, but that's not a failure. That's just showing you that maybe you've picked the wrong thing, or maybe you need to start smaller. But I hate, at the age of 50, when people say to me, "Oh, you've got to take small steps, and you need to be proud about those small things." You think, for God's sake, this is ridiculous. But they do build up. You won't see it at the start. You'll just see, well, this is just a miserable time, blah, blah, blah. That ain't going to make any difference. But once they start adding together, you will start to see that you can break this bad episode. I don't really like that phrase. My bad episode this year has basically been the whole year. I've not managed to get on top of it. It's got on top of me. It's owned me. And no matter what anybody does, what medication, whatever, your comeback inevitably has to start with you. And I know that you can do that because you've done it every single time before. So I didn't go, I don't even know what I've said, to be honest, and I don't really care, because I think when I lose the path, it's sort of, I don't know, I think I'm sort of saying it's sort of meant to have been said. So I'm happy with that. One of the things, just another tip quickly, and then I'll bugger off and stop boring you. One of the things I started to do about 3 weeks ago was, I was a little bit desperate. I thought, okay, I've got to try it. I've got to try anything. I've got to try something to change something. And I started trying to do a bit of meditation again. And I ain't very good at meditation. I've got the attention span of a goldfish. But just find yourself a little clip on YouTube. I started with 10 minutes. I'm sternly on 15 minutes. But it just to give yourself that little bit of time where you're maybe managing your mind. You're not controlling it, but you're managing your mind in a better way. And I find it very, very difficult at the moment to say that I believe in myself with any conviction. But I think I probably do. And I believe in you. I hope that me doing this today was for a reason, and it was the right sort of timing for a particular person. And I hope something that I've said today helps you in a little way. And I guess I'll never know whether that's true or not. But all I can do is keep trying. And if I keep trying, then chances are I can help myself and I can help someone else. And I think we all should strive to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the good and right at the bad. If you can share this vlog, please do. And I'll catch you soon. See you later. Bye-bye.